Will there be a debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump? That's what everybody's asking right now, and here's what we know so far. So, there's a lot of reporting in headlines that Donald Trump is backing out of the debates, which is partially true. So, let's take a look here at the Intelligencer or New York Magazine's reporting that. Of course, Biden and Trump were slated to debate on ABC September 10th. Now, that's not happening now. Obviously, Biden is out of the race, and Harris was ready to step in to continue in that debate. But Trump said, and his team said no. So you could see that the game has changed now, that Harris is on the ticket instead of Biden. And Trump was clearly quite confident in his ability to just totally defeat Trump in debates. So obviously we saw that in the first debate. So he was pretty confident that, wherever the debate was being held, Trump would do just fine. But now he seems to be on the defense. Now that it's Kamala Harris, somebody who is, a little bit more mentally sharp and capable and has a long history of prosecuting, being under pressure. Now Trump wants more favorable terms. So he wouldn't be so happy with ABC. He wants something that's going to be more friendly to him, like Fox News. That's what he says, at least. So you can see here, he said that I haven't agreed to anything. I agreed to debate Joe Biden. He would absolutely debate Harris. He wants to debate her. It'll be no different. I would be willing to do more than one debate. So it appears to me that quite clearly we're still going to get some debates. It just might not be on the originally planned September 10th, hosted by ABC. Trump wants to, finesse things a little bit more in his favor here, and he wants things more on his terms. He's not going to turn down the attention. He's not going to turn down the opportunity to change the narrative, to be in the limelight, to be on the stage. He never would. That's not his MO. So I'm extremely doubtful that he's going to fully back out of the debates. I don't think that's going to happen here. And he hasn't even really said that. He just said that he didn't want to debate as they were originally planned. And his campaign spokesperson, Stephen Chung, says the following. Given political chaos surrounding crooked Joe Biden and the Democratic Party, general election debate details can't be finalized until Democrats formally decide on their nominee. There's a strong sense by many of the Democratic Party, namely Barack Hussein Obama, that Kamala Harris is a Marxist fraud who cannot beat Trump. They're still holding out for somebody better. Therefore, it would be inappropriate to schedule things with Harris because Democrats could very well change their minds. Now, that to me is not a good faith response. So they're claiming that, they don't know yet who the nominee is going to be, so they can't commit to anything. I think that's just kind of buying them some more time and trying to kind of turn the tables on things as they are currently, have been really shifted around the past week. So they're just saying that they don't want to commit to debating Kamala Harris because she's not the current nominee, which is true. There's some truth to that. But I don't believe that that's a real reason they don't want to debate. I think it's just that, they're playing defense now that things are more mixed up. So Kamala, on the other hand, Kamala Harris seems more than eager to debate. What happened to any time, any place, she tweeted. So she's ready to go. There's another statement she made here. So you can check out her actual comments live about the possibility of a debate.
Previously agreed upon September 10th debate. He agreed to that previously. Now it appears he's backpedaling, but I'm ready. And I think the voters deserve to see the split screen that exists in this race on a debate stage. And so I'm ready. Let's go.
Will you do it on?
I'm ready. Let's go, says Kamala Harris about the prospects of a debate. So Fox News has actually proposing a September 17th debate. Neither campaign has agreed to that quite yet. I don't know if the Harris campaign will want to that. We'll probably see after the Democratic convention and the official nomination of Kamala Harris a more concrete debate plan. So remember that the last debate was planned somewhat hastily. So there was a lot of chatter about whether or not that would happen. And of course, it did happen without that much notice. So I think that it's pretty safe to say there's going to be at least another debate between Harris and Trump. And what's that going to look like? It's going to be interesting. So we've actually never seen Kamala Harris and Trump debating head to head. Kamala Harris formally debated Mike Pence in 2020. And of course, we saw Trump debating Biden in 2020, 2024, most recently. And then he also debated Hillary Clinton. So it's going to be interesting. And you know that they're both going to be doing their best at these. They're going to really be trying hard to do their best during these debates, because at this point in the race, things are so close. So much has been up in the air. There's been so many changes and shifts in polls and tone over this election that I actually think this debate is going to be even more meaningful than a typical debate. So whether debates are typically consequential, whether they matter, remains to be seen. So typically they don't have that much impact on the polls, except for this last debate, which had all the impact on the polls and caused the presidential nominee to actually step down. So typically speaking, debates don't have that much of an impact, but we can clearly see the most recent debate had all the impact. So I think that this debate in particular can have the potential to have lots of impact. So let's look back to some key moments from some more recent debates, starting with Kamala Harris debating Pence. You can see her being, very forceful, very defiant, making sure to get her words in. So in this infamous moment here, let's check it out. Kamala Harris debating Pence.
The president wanted people to remain calm.
Well, let's get
No, but Susan, this is important.
Susan,
I want to add, but
here.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
I have to
I'm
weigh in.
speaking.
Yep.
Yeah, let's talk about packing the court then. Let's talk about the
Please.
fact. Yeah, I'm about to. $400,000
He said he's
a
going to
year.
repeal the Trump tax cuts.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
Well, it'd
I'm speaking.
be important if you said the truth. Yes.
If you don't mind letting me finish, we can then
Please.
have a conversation, okay?
Please.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see her really speaking down to Pence there. Now, in that debate with Mike Pence, I actually thought that overall it was a pretty close debate. I don't think there was a clear winner. I found Mike Pence to be a little bit more seemingly confident, clear, and unperturbed when he was debating Kamala Harris. And Kamala Harris did seem a little thrown off a little, she was a little bit on the defense. You could see her getting a little, uncomfortable in the way that she was, responding to Mike Pence and kind of shutting him down. So I thought Mike Pence came off just a little bit sharper in that debate. But since then, I believe that Kamala Harris has grown more confident and gotten more comfortable on the stage. So I could see things going a little bit different now. And let's take a look at a moment from the most recent debate between Trump and Biden, just to kind of get a sense of how Trump performs most recently in these kinds of scenarios. So let's see Trump in a brief moment for within the recent debate with Biden.
Like so many politicians, this man is just a complainer. He said, we want to do this, we want to do that, we want to get rid of this tax, that tax. But he doesn't do anything. All he does is make our country unsafe by allowing millions and millions of people to pour in. This was his dream. I talked to him about it, his dream. The difference is he never would have invaded Ukraine, never. Just like Israel would have never been invaded in a million years by Hamas. You know why? Because Iran was broke with me. I wouldn't let anybody do business with them. They ran out of money. They were broke. They had no money for Hamas. They had no money for anything, no money for terror. That's why you had no terror at all during my administration. This place, the whole world is blowing up under him.
The only one who
Okay,
wants
so
to...
when Trump debates, when he speaks in general, he is very, hyperbolic. He uses, like really inflammatory language and terms. He also speaks very confidently and directly. So he's very assured, confident when he speaks. He makes a lot of accusations and claims when he's talking as well too. And the big thing with Trump, he's always going on tangents. So it's going to be interesting to see where his head's at in a potential debate, because you just never know where he's going to go. He's like the wild, his brain is just kind of, always all over the place when he's talking. So I think that's going to be one major challenge for Kamala Harris in this upcoming debate. We'll see if hopefully she has a better prep team than Biden had, because whoever was prepping Biden, they clearly were missing something because Biden failed so horribly. But despite some headlines claiming the contrary, I feel quite confident that we will get a debate before the election. I think the American people at this point are going to demand it, because, we could see how consequential that the last one was. I think, Kamala Harris wants a chance to prove herself. Trump also doesn't want to show weakness, and he's not going to back down, at the potential of a debate. He can, finesse where it's hosted and when and all these kinds of terms. But I think at the end of the day, we're definitely going to see some debates. Now, who will win the debates? That's going to be interesting. I think at this point, you have to say Kamala Harris is going to have an edge, given her, prosecutorial background. And also, we can't at this point deny Trump's age. So Trump is officially older than Biden was when he entered. Trump will be older than Biden was the last election. So Trump is like 78 and a half. Biden just turned 78 before the last election. So a similar age. But, the Trump of the past, you have to see some change. He's changed. He's gotten more, more tangential when he talks. He can trail off more frequently when he speaks as well, too. So even though it wasn't quite as extreme and severe as with Biden, you can clearly see a difference between the Trump of today and the Trump of 2020, or especially from 2016. So I think that's going to be a potential disadvantage for him in a potential upcoming debate with Harris. So we'll see if Fox News ends up hosting a debate. I'll be curious to see whether Kamala Harris's campaign would agree to that. We might have another more neutral or less, traditionally seen as biased network taking on these debates. But let me know your thoughts about a potential upcoming debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. What do you think that would look like, and who do you think would win? So let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.